Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank, you are listening, caring partner.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Our guest is Barasa of Abno Software International. Karibu sana to Road to Success.
Thank you.
Abno Software International. What exactly do you do?
Abno Software International is a computer technology firm based in Nairobi, and we deal in custom software development. It's one of the very few ICT companies that was established to be able to deal in custom software development.
When you say custom solution, what do you mean for somebody who is trying to understand what you do?
Custom solutions means that you be able to listen to the user, get the processes of the user or the procedures of whatever they are doing, and be able to come up with an application or a system that can be able to help that particular user to be able to do whatever they are doing more efficiently.
Give me an example.
A custom software development, of course, for example, I can say that I can be able to walk into an office where they are doing payment, and then they are raising invoices. So we create a system that can be able to help manage the customers, manage vendors. You receive bills, you update into the system. After that, when you raise invoices to the customers, you also update into the system. And thereafter, when you track payment, you give a receipt. System can print a receipt from the system, then you give out to the vendor.
How does the whole system work when you're creating a software for an individual or for a company, for a state or a government company?
The first thing actually normally happens is that, of course, for most of the established organizations, of course, they will start with the tendering process, advertise for the jobs. We bid for the jobs, prepare technical proposals, and financial proposals. When they are ready, of course, they do the evaluation. And in the proposals, we are supposed to attach references. The client is supposed to look at the references to be able to determine how much or your capacity to be able to deliver on that. And when you are given the assignment, you normally have to work closely with the user. You sit with the user to be able to understand the process. You understand the procedures. After you understand the procedures, you go and sit down. You propose the solution. After you create the procedure on the paper, then we sit down together with the software development team and be able to create the system. And when you're creating the system, it's a rigorous process because you have to think many ways. How can the system be more user-friendly? How will the user put yourself into the shoes of the user? Look at all different users in terms of competence. We have users who are more proficient in the use of the computers. So you have to create a system that would be able to be easy, because a computer system or a software in general is just a tool. It's a tool that is supposed to aid or help the user to be able to accomplish whatever tasks they're doing. So, and when you are doing the software development, normally it's very advisable that we normally engage the user. Then after the system is ready, normally it has to undergo testing. Try to put in dummy data. You'll be able to test anyway, see whether it's able to produce the required reports. Try to imagine many scenarios and see whether the system is able to respond. If there's any challenges that are raised anyway, it's much cheaper actually to discover from your in-house. Then you fix those issues in time before you go to the live site. Now when you go to the client, normally, depending on the type of the system, normally it's advisable to do piloting. You let the user be able to run their own system, whichever system, even if it's manual. And after a while, also you run now on the side the automated system, the computer system. Then gradually also you develop the confidence into the user. Over time, in a given specific time, you find that the user has developed confidence in the system, and gradually now you can be able to move over to the use of the system that has been developed.
And how long does it take to create a software for people?
Software development itself is a very rigorous exercise. It's very time consuming, and depending on the scope of the assignment. An averagely, I can say, a simple application, serious application from development, prototype, all the way to the real system, up to testing, up to implementation, the simplest system I can talk of should be able to take averagely about a month. Some of the biggest software or systems that can be developed can take years.
How many people do you work with to develop systems within your organization?
At the moment, I have about 10 developers who really actually do the work of development. But then after that, normally, once the software is developed, we have another group that now does the testing. Then from there, it is implemented by normally the support people. A company like this, to be able to operate, normally we have a team of marketers, we have a team of developers, we have a team of testers, we have a team of support. We have, in my organization structure, I have the technical manager, I have the system architects, I have web developers. Personally, myself, I'm a software developer. I'm actually the chief software developer. So normally we work coherently together to ensure that we deliver on an assignment.
We must go on break, but when we come back, we want to know how much does it cost to hire you as my software developer?
Okay, thank you.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Please don't go away.
The new Equity Auto Branch MasterCard with Papers lets you enjoy a faster, cashless, more secure card experience. You can tap and swipe your shopping, pay your bills, and fuel at no charge. You can also withdraw and deposit cash at equity agents and ATMs countrywide and access your bank account from any MasterCard outlets worldwide when you travel. Visit your Equity Bank branch today and get yours instantly.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Our guest is Alex Barasa of Abno Software International. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Before you went on break, I asked you a question. It's very convincing, but how much would it cost an SME to hire you as a software developer?
The price or the cost of software development or a system normally is based on the scope. So if you realize that most of the SMEs actually they do different activities, they deal in different products, and also when it comes to the system, we normally have to call modules. Abno Software International, we've tried to come up with a way that we can make the system a bit affordable, because generally softwares or systems normally are very expensive. So we've tried to come up with a much more affordable way of getting into the market, such that we can enable, or some of the clients can be able to afford to use some of the products or the systems based on the implementation mode. Entire ERP system normally would be very expensive, and for some of the organizational clients that cannot be able to afford the entire ERP at a go, normally we can do it in a phased manner. We have what we call modules. Normally you can buy 2 or 3 modules. You start with the key modules, and then from there you can be able to go continue to add on more modules based on the resources or availability of the resources, and also as you continue to enjoy the product. The cost of the product, of course, also will depend on the scope, exactly what are you doing and all that. But in our case, normally we've tried by all means to be able to ensure that we give out the product. The other element actually, which actually as we based on, is that when we sell the product, we normally be able to give it on an open license, such that it doesn't matter how many computers you can be able to use. You can have 1,000 computers. When you add on more computers, then we will not be able to charge you more. So that's what you can be able to realize, that the initial cost and the running cost becomes cheaper. The other bit also normally we do is that we give a warranty period of 1 year in most of our products. You buy a product, we come and install, implement, train, commission. After that, we normally give a full 1 year of free support, free updates, and that also can be able to, is a kind of an accompaniment to our services, and ensure that we be able to provide the best support services.
What kind of services and products do you offer?
Our major first product is a management information system. That's an ERP for colleges. At the moment, our most latest product in our catalog is ABN Unisol. This is an ERP for universities. And then we have also many other products such as stores and management, which can be able to manage inventory. We have asset management. We have library system. We have pay-as-you-eat system. We have OPAC. We have many other products. And of course, we also have quite a number of many other custom solutions, which are based on specific requirements of the client.
Alex, as an entrepreneur, how would they tell they're not being conned by software developers? Because there are very many people out there who are calling themselves software developers. How would I know who's the right person?
Now, when it comes to looking out the best vendors, normally is that you really have to do some good background check. First, when I'm selling you a product, in most cases, even if it's a completely new product that doesn't exist, the first thing I have to do is I have to come and do a demo to you of my existing product. From the existing products, you can be able to tell, is the system user-friendly? How do you find it? Even if it's completely not related to what you're asking for. The other bit that normally you have to look out for is the references. Look out for the people who are already using the product. Even if it's a different product, you need to look at you can walk there and talk to the users. Hear from the horse's mouth. Look at the way the system is working. Ask the questions about support, because systems also have to be well supported. Users have to be well trained, because even if you develop a very good system and then you don't train your users well, the challenge normally happens is that they end up not or underutilizing the product. At the same time, also the other thing you have to look at is the mode of support. We have people who have very good products, but then support is very poor. Try to measure the stability of the system. Stability of the system means that you'll have to look at how frequent that the system failed to do what it's supposed to do, and how many times do you really have to engage the consultant.
That must be one of the things that sets you apart from your competition. What else sets you apart?
Major challenge I have normally is striking a balance between family and work, because software development is very time consuming. It's really constantly I have to be able to depend on deciding on whether to skip those very important family functions to be able to attend to my work. The other challenge normally is the resistance of the users. We go to implement some of the projects. You find people already in the offices. Our intention normally is not to replace any user in whatever position they are working in, because for us, our software is a tool. But normally, sometimes you find that when you enter in some of the organization, you find some of the users really don't want the system. We face competition out there. In fact, for us, we deal in a locally developed product, but quite a number of ICT companies, even in Kenya here, we've quite a number of them that are selling products on behalf of other world-known giants. Of course, a world-known giant, normally they already have established the names. So for us to be able to penetrate the market, normally we have to come out with a better way of how to handle this. The other element that normally actually we come on strongly is that we give excellent support. And then the other bit also is the licensing. Our licensing terms normally is open. So when you have one computer, when you go to the shop today and buy 5 new computers, we normally try to empower the people even within the organization. So in that case, the system administrator can be able to prepare the new computers and install the system without having to consult us. In that case, the issue of the licensing per use also doesn't arise.
Well, yeah, any young person who is studying ICT and want to get into software development, what other advice would you give them?
Now, one of the advice I would give normally is that you have to be very patient, and in the initial stage, you really have to be able to volunteer so much and be patient. Be ambitious, but not overly ambitious. You should be able to focus, remain focused, because as you continue to create, you also be able to perfect your skill of development, your skill of implementation and everything. So normally, you should be prepared to be able to work extra, to be able to work almost freely, actually, to be able to perfect your skills. Then over time, of course, then it works out. It will be paid back much later on.
Thank you so much, Alex.
You're most welcome.
I have learned quite a bit about what it is that you do and what it takes really to be a software developer. Thank you so much for your time.
You're most welcome.